Hello and welcome to the True Crime Lounge. Almost said it again. For today's video, we're going to be talking about some polygamous sects. And you're probably wondering, why am I talking about polygamous sects on a True Crime Lounge? Technically, polygamy is against the law in the United States. So, therefore, it's an exception to the rule of true crime, I think. But I also do have a polygamous killer that I'm going to do a video on eventually that I'm so excited to do for real, guys. This might be a two-parter because of how much material is involved in it. So we're going to see how it goes. But before I continue, I do have a merch shop out for t-shirts. Certain colors will go to non-profits and it weighs awareness. So before I get started, we're going to take a little break before we dive on into True Crime Lounge. Alright, first on our list of cults to talk of polygamous sects to talk about, well, technically is a cult, so it just also falls into the realm of true crime because Jim Jones was a cult. But anyway, let's get started, shall we? The first one is going to be the Corporation of the Fundamentalist Church with the FLDS. This is when the prophet Reuben T. Jeffs recently died, leaving his son Warren Jeffs, who has already had over 50 wives and the leader of 11,000 to 16,000 members. Reuben Jeffs married 22 women and fathered more than 60 at least at the last count. The headquarters are in Hilldale, Utah, but the group has strong presence in the border of Colorado City, Arizona, and a large ranch in Texas as well. In Utah, in fact, Short Creek was the last-ditch effort to prosecute polygamists in 1953. Next on our list is the Apostolic United Brethren, or the Allred Group. This group is headed by 85-year-old Owen Allred and is centered in Bluffdale, south of Salt Lake City, and it has members in Idaho, Nevada, Montana, England, and Mexico. They were developed in an underground following in the UK. This was an underground developing in the UK. Allred, who claims 8 wives, is said to have over 6,000 members. Some estimates place membership as high as 9,000. Next on our list, if you've seen Escaping Polygamy, then you probably know about this group. It is the Kingston Clan, also known as the Latter-day Church of Christ. With the Kingston Cooperative is formally led by Merlin Kingston, an elderly patriarch, but Paul Ortel Kingston is believed to function as the church's spiritual and economic leader. The cooperative owns more than 24 companies, but the holdings are difficult to trace. This group has been amassed 150 million business empires, running companies in Utah, Nevada, and Idaho. The cooperative is headquartered in South Salt Lake City, but has holdings in Nevada, Idaho, Arizona, and Mexico. No surprise on that one. It is considered the most affluent and most supportive group, and authorities have believed that the group has estimated 1,200 members, although some members say it's as many as 3,000. Next on our list is the Church of Jesus Christ and Solemn Assembly. And this was formed by Alexander Joseph in 1974 after he left the Apostolic United Brethren, in which he has been the prominent leader. He has actively pressed rights of polygamists in general and his church in particular. Shortly after founding this church, he attempted to homestead federal land but was denied access by court order. He moved to Glen Canyon, King County, Utah, established a new town incorporated as Bigwater, which is the current location of the church's headquarters. Joseph died in late 1999. Previously in 1983, he is claimed to have 10 wives. He is the author of one book, Dry Bones, A Resurrection of Ancient Understandings. It is a commentary on the Pearl of the Great Price, as a well-known LDS set of scriptures. Next on our list, we have this is a long one now. The True and Living Church of Jesus Christ of Saints of the Last Days, also known as the Church of the Firstborn or TLC, and not the group TLC either, guys. This is headquartered in Monty, and the group is governed by James Armstrong, who claims to be the reincarnation of the LDS Church founder Joseph Smith. Armstrong, a former Mormon, was excommunicated for advocating polygamy. I don't know if that's true or not, but okay. Today, he and about 300 to 500 cults own several buildings in Monty, including an assembly hall. Next on our list, we have the righteous branch of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, aka Church of Christ Inc. This small group of 100 people, 80 miles west of St. George in Medina, was founded by Gerald Peterson and has since died and his son has taken over. Gerald, who laid claim that the ghost of Reuel Allred, who founded the Short Creek community, returned to restorative priesthood to him. Numbers of this group is still a bit sketchy. I wonder why. And built a temple in the shape of a pyramid within 2,300 days, after the LDS Church gave priesthood to the blacks who were prior and were not allowed to hold this religious position in mainstream LDS Church. Peterson's group claims that Joseph Smith released the general authorities of the LDS Church that they did this and the church was set in the order under Joseph Smith and the new general authorities who lived in the fullness of the gospel. Next on our list, we have the Church of Jesus Christ in Zion, originating in Independence, Missouri. The little-known group is headed by Roger Billings, who later is a former member of the mainstream LDS Church. Billings is a scientist, engineer, inventor, and prior to creating his own sect, the Billings Business Company was an early competitor of Apple, and he was the originator of many ideas in spreadsheets and databases, etc. Interesting. He has now created his own following of people who practice the doctrine of polygamy, as well as the teachings of the fundamentalist belief among his members. Some estimates on the number of members of the groups range from the number of thousand mark at percent. Wow. This group is active on the internet with a site that does live and can sermon broadcast. Interesting. Alright, guys. Next on our list, we have the original Church of Jesus Christ and His Latter-day Saints. This group is a splinter group that began shortly after the death of Joseph Smith by James J. Strong, June 18, 1844. Their beliefs included tolerance of polygamy, as well as a higher authority that Brigham Young. They also believed that Young was summoned to a trial and excommunicated by a high council on April 6, 1846. Young, in turn, claimed that he excommunicated James J. Strain, but there was never notice to Strain to appear. Nor was there ever a trial. Interesting. They are now located in Burlington, Wisconsin, and lay claims in about 300 members, with a larger following throughout the world.